In JavaScript, the way we write a map function is a bit like this. We have an array. Let's say we have an array with 3 elements, 8, 18 and 28. We can pass we can map over this array. Let's say array dot map. So this map function takes a function itself. So we can write a function. Let's say we name the function add2, and this function that we pass to map will be called with an argument, and the arguments are going to be the elements itself. So we can return this element by adding 2, and we can pass this function to map. And what map function does, that it returns a new array. So we can have our new array here, and we can console.log it, the new array. Let's run it. So what happened is we passed this function to our map function, and what the map function did is it has called the add2 function with every element of the array, and in the function we have added 2 to every element, and it has returned an entirely new array with the elements after adding 2 to every element. Now Python has a map function too, but it is quite different from what JavaScript has. So in Python, map function does not return an array, or in Python's term, a list. It returns a map function itself. So let's say we have a list. We have a list with 3 elements, and we want to map over every element of this list. So we say new map, and we call the map function. So map function will take a function and an iterable, we can see from here. So we have to pass a function. Let's say we have a func. So sorry, and we will pass this function to our map, and what we have to do is we have to pass the iterable. So here the iterable is a list. Now this is complaining because I have not written anything in my function, inside my function. So let's write some code here. Say return L plus 2. I think that's gonna work. That should work. If we try to print it, our new map, and let's try to run it, what we have got back is not a list. So map function is an object itself. Map function do not return a list in Python. It's an object itself. However, we can pass the new map function new map our new map object to a list function, and this will convert it to a list. So now we see that we have got the same we have got the intended behavior. So 10, 20 and 30 because we have added 2 to every element of this list. But map function, this is not the only difference between JavaScript's map function and Python's map function. Another way this is different from JavaScript map function is that the iterable doesn't has to be a list. We can let me write it here. An iterable in a map function can be a list, and a dictionary, a tuple, or any kind of iterable. It doesn't have to be a list. Okay, so a map function can take any number of iterables, so it doesn't have to be one iterable only. We can pass multiple iterables to this function. So let's say we have a second list here, and we have some elements, and so we can pass this second element second list to this map function as an argument, and in this function we can take the elements of the second list. So instead of returning the elements after adding 2, let's add element 1, meaning elements of first a list, and we add it to elements of the second list. So now we are adding like so 8 to 12, 18 with 22, we're adding 28 to 32. So this is how it will work. So let's run the code, and we see that it works. So 12 plus 8 is 20, 18 plus 22 is 40, and so on.